It is January 31st, 2020. It is time for another Q&A video. And if there is one thing that these videos do, they remind me of just the passage of time. It's weird. This is like the third one of these that we've done, and it feels like I've only just got started doing these Q&A things, and it's weird. I'm really uncomfortable with like having these as like a chapter in time, as like a little acknowledgement that another month has passed, because we are a 12th of the way into 2020, and it just feels like New Year's was yesterday. It feels like I'm just getting back into working. It feels like it feels like a lot of things are going really slow. Like it feels like work is going really slow. It feels like I'm just getting started with it again. But then at the same time, it's the end of January already. So time is like lightning fast, but work is just like, I'll be there eventually. It's weird, man. Anyway, I asked you guys some questions on Twitter. I asked you guys some questions in the YouTube community tab. But before we get to those, I have got an announcement, which, by the way, might end up in its own video in the next day or two. But I'll let you guys that watch this video in on it before the video. And if you follow me on Twitter or have seen the YouTube community tab, you'll know what I'm about to say. Basically, I am no longer going to be streaming on Twitch. I am moving to Mixer, mixer.com/ConflictNerd. And this Monday, I'm going to be starting some City Skylines stuff over there that is not going to be getting uploaded to this YouTube channel. That is not to say that live streams will never be uploaded to YouTube. The last few Software Inc. episodes were recorded live on Twitch. The last few Transport Fever episodes were recorded live on Twitch. And in the future, I will be recording some City Skylines over on Mixer. But this week will not have any recorded City Skylines. It will not see its way to YouTube. Same with the Grand Theft Auto roleplay that we're streaming. However, the Software Inc. this coming week and the Transport Fever will both be recorded. And if you want to know more about that, go to mixer.com/ConflictNerd. The offline screen is the schedule for this week, February 3rd until 7th. All the information is over there. I am crazy excited about this move. It is a fresh start for me and live streaming. I feel like my Twitch channel has been stagnant for at least a year, and I feel like I'm just ready to make this jump to Mixer. It's a platform that is growing. It doesn't have anywhere near the size of audience that Twitch does overall, and is a more console-focused platform, admittedly, and it is owned by Microsoft. Think about that whatever you will, but I'm genuinely really excited about it. And before anyone thinks that I've been paid, because I have had people say, oh, Microsoft's paying him to do this, I'm not getting paid to move to Mixer. There's no contracts, there's no deals, there's no bullshit. I'm doing this because I want to do this. I'm losing, to be honest, I'm losing money doing this. I have people that are subscribed to me on Twitch that pay $5, $10, $25 a month to subscribe to me on Twitch, who are not going to be able to do that on Mixer. I'm not partnered. I don't have a subscribe button over there. So this isn't about money. This is about growing a live community. This is about expanding and starting again in a way, because I don't want to start again with YouTube. I like where we're at. I feel like we're still growing, we're still doing new things, and I'm going to continue to do new things with YouTube this year, and I'm really going to try and push the boat out this year. But live streaming, I don't think I could grow on Twitch the way I think I could potentially grow on Mixer. So that's why I'm moving. It's not a deal. It's not a contract. I have tried to get partnered on Mixer. I did try to get that subscribe button. They said no. So we're just winging it. We're going to see what happens. So that is a thing we're doing. Head on over, click the follow button. And this Monday, the 3rd of February, we are going to be going live at noon UK time. That's GMT, noon GMT, with some City Skylines. We're going to be following that with some Grand Theft Auto roleplay. The following day is at noon again, Software Inc., followed by nothing, so that'll be 4 hours of Software Inc. Wednesday, City Skylines and GTA, again at noon and 4 p.m., followed by Transport Fever on Thursday, and then Friday, again, City Skylines GTA. Saturday, Sunday, I don't stream. That's my schedule for this coming week. You can find out more information at mixer.com/conflictnerd. Let's get to the first question, which actually relates to live streaming and YouTube and all of that stuff. Let's do it. At Daniel William 13 on Twitter asks, if I could take one thing from Twitch over to YouTube and vice versa, what would they be? This is a question I've been thinking about quite a bit. And honestly, the simple answers are from YouTube to Twitch, better video controls, and from Twitch to YouTube, better moderation tools. And what that means is on Twitch, I would love to be able to upload a video and say this video is only viewable to subscribers. That's something I can do with past broadcasts. So my recorded live stream, I could set to subscribers only. I would have loved to be able to do that with videos because it means I could upload a video to Twitch and have it exclusive to Twitch subscribers for a day or two before I then post it on YouTube. And yeah, that's very corporate. That's very business oriented. It's monetarily focused and motivated. But that is essentially what a lot of YouTubers do with something like Patreon. They'll post an unlisted or private video to Patreon for people that support them over there. So having that on Twitch as another way to reward subscribers, I think would be brilliant. In terms of moderation tools from Twitch to YouTube, YouTube premieres and YouTube live streams are some things that are quite interesting to me. I don't live stream on YouTube anymore, but I do occasionally premiere a video. And it's essentially just a big live chat next to the premiere so everyone can watch and react at the same time. And sometimes it gets a bit unruly. Sometimes people get a bit carried away. Sometimes people spam. You get bots that come in and post links. And essentially parts of YouTube's automated system will catch that, but just better tools to stop that stuff from happening would be great. Twitch has a system where moderators can see messages in chat 6 seconds before they go sort of public to everybody. YouTube needs something like that. That would be huge to manage YouTube live streams and premiere chats. But that's two examples, two very different examples of things I'd love to go across platform. Hopefully that answers your question. Very kind of business and tech and tools oriented, but that's genuinely my answers. At Jules60458583 on Twitter asks, quite simply, am I happy? And to answer that, that's a deep question. There's a lot to that. If you don't know why that question's significant, go back and watch some of my last vlog type videos and you'll find out that's a rabbit hole to go down that we're not going to go into right now. But long story short, yes and no. I am a little bit stressed lately. I am not sleeping as well as I once was. And I am stressing a bit about work because I'm trying to, like I said at the start of the video, it feels like I'm just getting back into things. It feels like I'm still getting my groove after 2 months off. It feels like things are just getting started again. And the numbers on the channel, again, to be completely transparent, which is something I'm desperately trying more to do, the numbers aren't where I want them to be completely honest. So I want to see what I can do to make the videos more entertaining, more engaging, get more eyes on them. See, you know, is it this many non-subbed viewers? Is it this many subscribed viewers? What's going on? There's just a lot of numbers that I need to analyze, a lot of trends that I need to look at, a lot of things about the channel I need to figure out, just a lot of things happening all at once. So I'm stressed, I'm tired, I'm a bit sore because I've been sitting in this chair a lot longer than I should be, but I don't feel like I'm in a dark place. I don't feel like I'm circling a drain. I don't feel necessarily trapped. I feel like I'm stressed and like there are challenges ahead, but I actually feel like I can take them on and deal with them. And I feel like I've got a great sort of support network around me to talk to people about the problems and help, you know, get through those problems. And I'll give you an example. The recent Journey to the Savage Planet video that I did, I know this is a very specific example, but it's one example that kind of leans into the support network thing. I was stressing about that video. I didn't have a lot of time to get that video done. It was a sponsored video, by the way, a lot of fun. Recommend you check it out, but I didn't have a lot of time to get it done. I was quite late in responding to emails. back to the sponsor, and that was completely on me. I should have been quicker. I should have been more prompt. I should have been on the ball. I wasn't. So by the time I got the code for the game, got the game installed, and figured out how the game worked, I had about 12 hours to make that video because it needed to go out on launch day. So essentially, I figured out the game, and I'm like, man, I cannot. I don't have it in me to, like, I've been awake for ages. I am freaking out here because I want to make a good video. I want to make it entertaining. I want to have fun with this. But I was tired, and I was at a loss for how I could really make it funny. So I went to a buddy of mine. His username is Vice Phoenix. He's the other person in that video. And I said, you know, I've got a code for this. If you want it, we can play it, figure something out. And then we played it for about 90 minutes and said, okay, we've got something here. Let's sort of go back to the start, go from there. And it's something like that, you know, going to someone else and being like, hey, there's a problem here. I need to, like, help. I need help figuring it out. That helped a lot. And I think the video turned out better than it would have if it was just me. Similarly, I've got my family, my friends, my girlfriend. Everything kind of goes a long way to just help with those stresses. So am I happy? Yes. Could I be happier? Yes. Have I been worse? Yes. But in a way, that's kind of just life, isn't it? You know, it's a roller coaster, and you gotta take the peaks with the whatever you call it, the valleys. The valleys is probably the right word there. I'm very tired, is what I will say on that as well. I have been awake for quite a while. I said my sleeping schedule's been weird lately. Today's the day I'm fixing it. I'm recording this video, I'm going to edit it, upload it, and release it. And then I'm going to go play Star Citizen for 6 or 7 hours, and then go pass out. Let's move on to the next question, which is also from Jules. Which games are you going to play / stream next? That is a tricky question because I have not been following what's coming out. But next up on the stream is City Skylines, Software Inc., Transport Fever, Grand Theft Auto Roleplay. I'm thinking about getting some Star Citizen in there, and I'm also thinking about bringing a game called PlanetSide 2 to the live stream. Some of you might have heard of PlanetSide 2. It is a massively multiplayer online first-person shooter, and it's a lot of fun if you get a big squad of people. So what I'm going to say on that game specifically is, number one, it is free, it's on Steam, and I do recommend you check it out. And number two, if you want to get into a group of people with me, some of my friends, some people in the community, and play some PlanetSide 2, go to discord.gg/ConflictNerd, go look in the PlanetSide 2 text channel, there'll be some pinned messages in there, and that'll give you some information about how you can join us playing some PlanetSide 2, and then we might, you know, get it on a stream sometime with a big group of like 20 people, and we'll just absolutely dominate. It is a lot of fun. I know it's a first-person shooter. I know this channel does not really go into first-person shooters very often, but I do recommend that. In terms of YouTube stuff, again, City Skylines is going to make a return in the near future. Software Inc. is probably going to wrap up in the next week or two. Transport Fever 2 probably in the next 2 weeks or 3. I would say by the end of February, we're probably going to see a bit of a change in the content on the channel. I've been thinking about going back to Prison Architect, but I'm also thinking about maybe looking for some new games that we've just not played before. New Cities is going to continue. I'm really enjoying that. I think the way we're going to do that, by the way, is because the game's so early in development in the grand scheme of things, we'll do a Let's Play right now up until the point where the game sort of stops having new stuff. And then if an update comes out, we'll do like 2 episodes where we kind of progress with the new stuff in the update. And we'll just kind of continue it that way. So rather than it being like New Cities Season 1, it's just going to be New Cities forever, essentially. And then, you know, when the game releases, we'll start like a new series or something like that. Or if it goes into beta, we'll start a new series or something like that. What else? I've had a lot of questions about PlanetSide. Planet Zoo. Is that going to continue? I don't know. I want it to, but I got really frustrated with some of the controls So at some point, we'll dive back into it. We'll see what we can do. I did stream it for a couple of hours at one point where we did a big build, and that was going to be a time lapse. So there is like 70% of the next episode done, and it has been done for the past couple of weeks. So I'll probably dive into it this week and see if we can finish that, see if it turns out to be a good episode. If not, I'll roll back the save, we'll build something else, and we'll go from there. I do want to continue it. It is adorable. The animals are great, but my building skills are terrible, and I'm really self-conscious about the fact that the park or zoo is going to be like totally flat and boring. So we'll see. On top of that, I got this new camera. You might have noticed it's a little better than the cameras we have been using. It has an actual depth of field going on rather than the weird depth of field that my new phone does. I want to do more face cam. Gotta say that right off the bat. I want to do more face cam. I could put a green screen behind me. I also kind of like my background. You've got a portrait of my cat in like military gear. You've got all the lights. You've got a Gears of War 5 Crimson Lancer there. I've got 2 of those, by the way. The other one's in the box. I like the background, so that might stay there. I just want to do more stuff. I don't know. I've been playing a lot of different games lately. Star Citizen is another game I've mentioned a couple of times. I want to do some stuff with that. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know what's coming out. I know Cyberpunk is delayed. I know that's a thing I want to play. Halo Infinite is out this year. I'm going to play that in the channel. I know first-person shooters don't do well, but I've done a Let's Play of Halo 5 and 4 on this channel, so I want to do Infinite as well. It's the next one. I don't know. I guess what I'll say is if you have any game you want me to play, there is a suggestions channel on my Discord. I'm not using it. I am using this as an excuse to plug my Discord, but on top of that, it's easier to track than YouTube comments because on this video, go ahead and ask questions for the next Q&A rather than just suggesting games here. Discord is so much easier to track and keep track of. I'm on Discord every single day. It's always open. It's open right now on one of my monitors here. I can go look at the suggestions channel right now. So it's much easier to do that and just, suggest a game. If you've got a link to it on Steam, post the link to it, describe, do whatever. Just be like, hey, there's a really cool game I think you'd really enjoy or whatever. Do that. It helps a lot and gives me an idea of what you guys want to see and what's coming out and what's cool, basically. At Torte Vaughn on Twitter says, when you could live in any country you want, which country would it be, or to which country would you at least travel to for some days, weeks, or months? Oh, I feel like I've answered this before. It doesn't matter. I'm going to answer it again anyway because I love the idea. Canada is a country I would love to visit for a couple of weeks. I am a really big fan of snow. So I would probably go somewhere like Canada where it's cold and snows because I just love it. I really do. Snow just is, I don't drive, so I don't have to worry about that. I just like watching it out a window or kind of being out in it and wrapped up warm and just kind of enjoying it. Because snow, this will be the nerd in me here saying this, but if you've ever wondered why it gets really quiet, or it seems to get really quiet when it snows, it's because sound is absorbed by the snow, basically. Sound waves will, without snow, like imagine this hand is concrete, this hand has a sound wave coming in, right? It just bounces off the concrete and just, that's why you get like echoes and reverbs in kind of empty streets that don't have snow. But when you have a layer of snow on top of, like, let's say this is a layer of snow here, just right there. That's your layer of snow on the ground. The sound wave gets like partially absorbed by it and the sound gets dampened and the reverb isn't anywhere near as strong. You cover an entire street and it's just silent. You just get that sound of like the crunch of the snow under your feet. Oh, I love it. I love snow so much. It's so peaceful. It's so, I genuinely love it. It makes me really mad when like I'm up early and it's snowing outside and then I look out the window, it's perfectly flat. I go for a cup of tea, come back and my neighbor's like driven out and like there's just gunk everywhere. Oh, it just annoys me. But yeah, Canada would be one place. On the flip side, New Zealand. I would love to go to New Zealand for like a couple of months. And yeah, honestly, for the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit and see a lot of that stuff. But I have been on Google Maps looking at places in New Zealand, and it's just, it's another world. It really is. If you've not done it, Google Maps is an experience in New Zealand. It genuinely is like another world down there. Australia as well is a place I would love to go. The problem is I don't do well with heat, so we'll see how that goes. And outside of that, there's not that many places, to be totally honest. I've kind of gotten out of enjoying traveling lately. I'm not really sure why. I barely traveled last year. But I think for sure Canada and New Zealand would be top of the list of where I would love to go visit. And I would absolutely live there for a little while. I don't think I'd move there. I think I would get too used to it. I don't ever want places like that to not be like magical and special. You know, so if I was to go to New Zealand, I would honestly be tempted to say it's a once in a lifetime thing. Go to New Zealand, spend 2 months there and never go back. So that all I have is just the memories of the mountains and the snow and the rivers and the forests and all that stuff. So New Zealand, honestly, New Zealand is top of my list. Just going back for a second, Jules from earlier has another question, says favorite meme at the moment. I wouldn't normally answer a question like this, but I'm going to be completely honest. It's not a new meme, but it's literally anything to do with Big Chungus. Not gonna lie, just anything Chungus related, or like chonkers, like fat cats are just amazing, honestly. There's a reason the ship in Transport Fever 2 is the HMS Chungus, and there's a reason that in Grand Theft Auto Roleplay, one of my police characters, K9, dog, is called Chungus. It's just, I love it. I don't know why. At Logan JP5 has a couple of questions. It says, who are some YouTubers you would like to collaborate with in the near future? This is a tricky question to answer because I don't want to say like, I don't want to be like, I would like to collaborate with Jacksepticeye, because that's not going to happen. And also just on that note, people always ask me, it's like, hey, you're an Irish YouTuber. Do you know Jacksepticeye? I don't know him, at all in the slightest. So just by the way, realistically speaking, I am always happy to collaborate with people I've collaborated with before. My rules on collaboration have been the same forever. And I mean this genuinely. From the moment I started making videos to right now, my rules are quite simple. I don't do the whole, with one exception, which we'll get to in a second, which you probably know, I don't generally do the whole like, let's collaborate with complete strangers thing. And I've occasionally been called a dick for that, but my reason is I don't want to like get into a recording and then be like, this is not funny and we don't have any chemistry here. The exception to that is when James, Jeannie, and Zeus invited me to play the GTA 5 heists with them, and by some miracle, it just worked. It was funny, it was fun, we got on, and the rest is history with that. I've told that story a few times. So if you don't know it, hopefully someone will explain it in the comments. But I mean, just anyone that I've collaborated with before, I feel like, to be honest, a lot of collaborative stuff is difficult at the minute because my schedule doesn't line up with a lot of the people I know. Their schedules don't necessarily line up with me. And on top of that, I'll be completely real, I'm a little bit volatile sometimes. You know, I think, you know, everything kind of blew up for me in September and October last year, 2019. It was not a good time. There were some pretty weird tweets. There were some pretty dark tweets. There was just a lot going on, and like someone took over my social media for a while, and it was bad, right? Like we know this story. And again, if you don't know this story, go watch some of the previous vlogs, but I feel like there's definitely going to be a little bit of like consideration before people consider collaborating with me. And I'm okay with that. 2020 for me is kind of the year where I want to like rebuild any bridges and build them stronger than they've ever been. I know for a fact there are some companies that are like, oh, let's maybe not work with him for a while. I know there's some YouTubers that are like, oh, let's maybe not work with him for a while. And that's okay. You know, I understand that. And that's not anything against them in the slightest. And I'm not going to name anybody. That would be stupid. Oh yeah, let's build bridges. Yeah, you specifically, I'm calling out in this video. 2020 is, I guess, it's a positive year. I'm going to make this year the best it can possibly be. I am going to build stronger bridges and links and connections and networks and friendships than I've ever built before. And I want to get back to doing what I love doing. And you know, if that's collaborating, that's collaborating. If that's just hanging out with people, that's hanging out with people. Whatever that is, I want to do it. I want to do it right. And I don't want to, like, at the minute, I feel like there's a shadow over me. So saying I want to collaborate with people, I do and I don't. I want to prove to people first that, like, you know, I'm not a complete dweeb that had a meltdown on social media a couple of months ago. Moving on anyway. Logan has another question. Says, what games do you play off camera / not on stream? Lately, that has been PlanetSide 2. I streamed it once, and Star Citizen as well. I've been playing both of those. Played a bit of Call of Duty off stream. Played that a lot on stream as well. But to be totally truthful, I don't play that many games when I'm not streaming or recording. I'm very fortunate, I guess, that one of my biggest hobbies in gaming is also my job, and that I have sort of recaptured what's really fun about it, which is sharing the experience and just having a laugh. So that's kind of where I'm at. I genuinely don't play that many games off camera, essentially. I just don't. I feel like if I did, I would not have as much fun when I am working. And again, part of this year is having that fun and recapturing the happiness and the joy and the magic that is this job, because this job is incredible in a lot of ways. And you know, I did get to a point where I sort of took it for granted, and I want to stay away from that. You know, I want to make sure that every day is fun, basically. I don't want to ever take it for granted again. So part of that is by not playing games off stream and off camera. Also, I'm really self-conscious that I might like have a really funny moment while not recording and then be like, damn, I wish I recorded that. Because I've done that before. And that leads to bad habits. That leads to this attitude where, like, I can't enjoy games without recording them at all. I just can't do it because I'm always like, oh my God, there might be a really good YouTube moment here. So that hopefully that answers your questions. I don't know if it did. At electricgames_ on Twitter says, am I gonna do Minecraft again? Minecraft is a weird beast for this channel because it's never worked. I know the recent series did get some traction. I know people enjoyed it, and I don't want to say that I didn't intentionally drop it. I don't remember the reason I stopped playing it, but I got my start in YouTube gaming with Minecraft, and no one watched it except for people that played in my Minecraft server, I think as a favor because I sort of ran the server. No one watched it. So those videos have all been deleted, and that channel's been deleted and doesn't exist anymore. And then fast forward a few years, and I had me, James, Genie, and Zeus playing Minecraft together, and that was a case of lining up 3 different time zones and getting 4 people's footage together and synced up and then edited in a way that made sense and was funny, making sure we don't all talk over each other, and then making sure the video goes out on time, making sure the thumbnails are good and has everyone in it, and it was just so much work. And then that wasn't really all that popular. I mean, it was popular, but it was a lot of work. And then we did a recording session where for 2 hours, James and I just dug a tunnel. And I'm not kidding. When I say a tunnel, I mean it was a 2x2 square into a mountain and then took a right-hand turn. It was like 1,000 blocks that way, 1,000 blocks that way. And it was genuinely, that was all we did for a 2-hour section of a recording. And at the end of that, I was like, I don't know, I don't know about this Minecraft thing. And then I went to try and edit everything and my audio had corrupted. And I never told them that. I don't think I've ever told them that. So, hello. My audio file had corrupted. So I was like, that's probably a sign. So I honestly, I was like, guys, let's not do this Minecraft thing anymore. Because it was, again, it was syncing up 3 different time zones. It was, you know, getting time in everyone's schedule. It was a lot of editing work, a lot of files being sent back and forth, and they had to be sent on time, and it was just a lot. And it was fun for us, and it might have been better if it was a live stream thing, but in terms of YouTube content, it just didn't work. And none of us really know why in the slightest. It should have worked. There was no real reason it shouldn't have, but because the GTA heists were quite popular, and we all thought we were really funny together, and I thought the videos were really funny, but they just didn't really work for the amount of work that went into them. And then the recent Minecraft series, if I remember right, I got really sidetracked. I don't think I ever put out the episodes where I got sidetracked, but I started building a house, and then I think I went off and did something else, and then never really got back to the house, and then I wanted to do the farm, and then never did that. And that's my problem with Minecraft. I'll set out to do something, and then I'll get distracted by something I think might be funnier. So me and Minecraft is weird. I cannot seem to make it entertaining. I can't seem to stay on topic, and it just annoys me. And it's got to the point where I'm really conscious about playing it on a stream or a video, because I just don't think it's for me, to be totally honest. So, and I love Minecraft. I genuinely love Minecraft. I remember to this day what my first world looked like. I wish I still had it, but I just don't think it's for me. I just don't. We're going to move over to the YouTube community page where we have Mika Johnson asking, can I play more Stonehearth? You miss the nerds of the North. I have been playing Stonehearth in the live stream recently, and I'm going to be continuing to do that over on Mixer. I do want to play it on YouTube in the near future, and I do want to do it as a YouTube series. I don't just want to upload live streams of that. It won't be a continuation of the Nerds of the North, but I want to see if I can get some mods working and see what we can do there. I have genuinely fallen in love with Stonehearth again recently. We've just been having a really chill time on the streams. So 100% Stonehearth will be coming back. I just don't know exactly when. It might be towards the end of February. It might be middle of March, but 100% it is going to happen. Stonehearth is 100% coming back. Says, can I shut you out? It's free. There you go, bud. You're welcome. The SimStop asks, do I ever read comments and take the feedback in my softwaring videos? I do. So the issue with X, the operating system that I kept trying to port antivirus to, was obviously that it was a console operating system, and I feel like an idiot because of that. Basically, I recorded, I think, 6 episodes of that in a day, and those episodes went out over the course of a week, or actually, I think those episodes went out over 2 weeks. So what happened there was, I think shortly after I got done recording that 6th episode, I noticed what I was trying to do with the console operating system, but I can't respond to it. You know, I tweeted about it occasionally, and I memed it a little bit, but the reality is the episodes were recorded way ahead of time, and I can't, for example, you know, if I record episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of a new series, and those go out over the course of a week or 2, even if it's just a week, I mean, you know, I could mess something up in episode 1, I see the comments, but I don't get to respond to it until episode 7. And I know that the response to that will be like, well, don't record so many episodes in one go. But the thing is, if I'm really into a game and really want to play it, I don't want to stop playing it. And on top of that, from like a work-life balance, it's really good to do that. It sucks that we don't have that same interactivity. It sucks that we don't have that immediate sort of feedback in the comments, but honestly, for my health, it's better. And that's kind of what I'm prioritizing there. So if I can get 6 episodes of something done in a day, yeah, honestly, to put it bluntly, to hell with the comments. I got a really friggin' productive day which means that maybe tomorrow I don't have to record anywhere near as much. Maybe tomorrow I can take the day off. And I know that is a very privileged position to be in with my job. That's just the reality of it, though. It's a health thing. It's a work-life balance thing. And it's kind of, you know, work really hard today, maybe not work as hard tomorrow. That's essentially what it is. It's finding those little victories. It's finding those little things that make this job a little bit easier. And I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. Oh, you play video games for a living. How hard can it be? Don't want to hear it. All right. I don't care. It's not the point. Let's go a little off topic. I do read the comments. I do see the feedback. I do act on it. It just sometimes takes a while. Recently, the Soft Rank episodes have been recorded in the live stream, Transport Fever as well, but not everything is going to be recorded live. And in the near future, I'll put a little disclaimer at the start of videos saying, you know, when they were recorded, if they were recorded live. But yeah, I do read them. It's just sometimes an episode is recorded 2 weeks before you guys even see it. And that means it's going to be, you know, it could be a while before I actually get around to responding to the feedback. So that's kind of the way it works. It's unfortunate that is a trade-off, but it's one that's made me feel a lot better about my job and my health. So it's a trade-off that's going to stay there. Riza asks, what is your accent? I can't pinpoint it. This is another one of those questions I get asked a lot. I had someone tweet me recently that was having a real proper go at my accent, which was kind of funny. Saying that my accent's fake and all that. It's not. It's really not. Like, I know you don't have to believe me, and if you think my accent is fake, me sitting here saying it's not in this accent isn't going to convince you otherwise. But growing up, I was always a sponge for different voices. I was always trying to do different voices. I was always trying to like act a little bit. One of the first examples of doing that was when I was really young. I would try and sound like Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars. And then when I was like 13, I got an Xbox, and then on Xbox Live, like that's where all my best friends were, and they were from like places in England, places in Scotland, places in Wales. So like the bad Scottish accent that I do sort of comes from back then, you know, when I'd have all these people on Xbox Live that were talking to me. And I know my accent's not great, but it's sort of come from there. And I pick up little bits of that. I'd pick up little bits of like that northern kind of thing that goes on with people in northern parts of England. And I know I don't speak with a Scottish accent or a northern accent, but then I'd have friends from like different parts of America who I would talk to a lot. And then a little bit older, I started getting a lot of friends in Australia, and I would have friends from like Norway or Sweden or Germany or France or Spain or the south of Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, northern, all over, right? I would have and I've always been a sponge for accents. So combine that with, at a young age, trying to sort of act like Obi-Wan Kenobi or trying to sort of do different voices, and I wind up with this. On top of that, when I was getting started with YouTube, I just had this idea that I needed to sound a certain way, and I just felt like I needed to sound a little bit more, I guess I don't want to say like a broadcaster, but I needed to sound clear. I needed to sound like I could be understood by anybody. You know, if English isn't someone's first language, I need them to be able to understand me. So at first I spoke a lot more clearly, and you might be able to hear that at the moment I've slowed my speech and that I'm maybe overpronouncing certain parts of certain words to make it a bit clearer. And then, you know, that became sort of a normal way of speaking. Then I sped it up, and that's how we wind up here. That's how my accent exists. I was born and raised and spent 99.9% of my days right here in Northern Ireland. And I do speak a little bit differently when speaking to my family. That's not a conscious thing. That's a thing I've been told I do. My accent just sort of goes back to what it was. But this is the way I speak to the majority of people. It's not fake. It's not put on. It's just the result of, what, 13, 14, 15, 13 years of 90% of my friends being online. And then, 26 years of listening to different voices on TV and movies and around me. And here we are. Spencer Clinton asks, will I be traveling to America anytime soon? I don't know that I'll be doing much traveling this year. I don't think 2020 is going to be a big travel year for me. I think it's going to be a big year of like building things back up to where they need to be, getting Mixer going properly. But that's kind of always been my plan. 2019 wasn't intentionally a year where I didn't do any traveling. All of my... I planned on doing a lot of traveling. I was going to go to TwitchCon. I was going to go to Gamescom. I was going to go to TwitchCon in Berlin. I had a lot of different conventions and events I was going to go to that I wound up dropping out of, either for health or for family health or for mental health or for whatever reason. Almost every single thing I was supposed to do last year travel-wise, I had to drop out of. I was supposed to be going to PDXCon. I have my ticket, my like VIP pass thing for PDXCon lying around here somewhere, and I didn't wind up going to that for the same reasons. Mental health, family health, I don't even remember at this point. There are a lot of things last year that I had to drop out of because things were bad. Last year was not a good year. So I've always had this idea that one of the, either last year, which didn't wind up being, so definitely this year, is going to be one of these years where I really focus on strengthening the community and strengthening my channels and strengthening my brand. And then 2021 is a year where I want to go to a couple of different PAX conventions around the States. I'm probably not going to go to TwitchCon since we're moving to Mixer, but I want to go to PAX. I want to maybe go to E3. I want to go back to Gamescom because being there in 2018 was incredible. So I doubt it'll be anywhere fancy this year, but I definitely next year I want to do a lot more traveling, because I think last year being sort of health reasons not traveling, this year intentionally not traveling, I think by the time 2021 comes around, I'm going to be itching to get back on the plane and itching to go out and meet a bunch of you guys in a bunch of different places. So no plans to travel this year anywhere far, anywhere wide, but plans can sometimes change. And that's it. That's our Q&A for January of 2020. It's weird saying that, but that is going to be our Q&A. Once again, I do want to remind you that live streams are moving to mixer.com/ConflictNerd. If you haven't gone over there and clicked follow, please do. The live streams are so much fun. We're going to be playing a lot of City Skylines, Transport Fever, Software Inc., GTA Roleplay. I know GTA Roleplay is not for everybody, but it is my favorite gaming experience of the last couple of years. Give it a shot. I genuinely think you'll love it. It's not anything like just normal Grand Theft Auto. It's completely different. We really make it something special. We really do try to make it something special. Mixer in general, I know is a platform not for everybody, but I wouldn't be making this move if I didn't feel confident in doing it. So, lend me your ears for a stream or two and we'll make something really fun and something really good. So again, that'll be linked in the video description below. I do recommend checking it out. I think you'll have a good time. Questions wise, if you have anything for February that you want to ask, leave it in the comment section below. You can tweet me at ConflictNerd on Twitter with the hashtag AskDylanAnything. You can post game suggestions on Discord at discord.gg/ConflictNerd in the suggestions channel. And what else do we say? PlanetSide 2. If you want to play that, Discord as well. There's some information over there. Oh, what can I say? Thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for your continued support, for watching, liking, commenting, following, joining Discord, following on Mixer, subscribing on Twitch, whatever you've done. I say at the end of a lot of videos, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time, but I mean it. This job is not possible without you. And, these videos are weird little chapters, weird ways to mark a month passing and then maybe make the month pass a bit faster. But none of this is possible. None of this space is possible without you. I never thought I'd have like my own little studio space with like dumb lights and a beautiful portrait of my cat. But here we are. So all of this is thanks to you. So when I say that that's going to do us for today, and that it's been my pleasure as always, and as always, I'll see you next time. I mean it. And I also mean, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.